How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday, everybody. We made it through another week. We made it through January so far. Did anybody else feel like January was like weirdly long? Because it felt like a long ass month to me, man. What's up, Christian? I bet you're sad Sandman is now canceled after 2 seasons. After season 2 gets released. And when do you think final season of Stranger Things is going to be coming out? Just for the fall, winter, 2 parts, like season 4? Yeah, I don't know if they've said if it's going to be broken into parts or not. If it has, I don't remember if that's been said. I really don't know. I'm probably expecting maybe summer or maybe like August-ish. Somewhere along then. But yeah, the Sandman news sucks, but it's also kind of not surprising given everything that's been going on around Neil Gaiman and all that. Now, what I'm kind of curious about, and this could just be PR, but the Sandman account, like the crew, the showrunner, all that put out an official statement saying that this was intended to be the final season, and that now I've only read what was adapted up until this point. Now, I don't know if you can't really see them on here, and I'm not going to grab them. These tomes, there's 3 tomes that cover the entire story of the Sandman. They're each like that thick. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. That has all the issues. And they only did like a third of the first volume in season 1. And I don't know. I haven't read ahead because I didn't want to spoil anything. So I don't know how accurate this could possibly be, because they said we always wanted this to be about Dream's story. So when we look at Dream's story, we knew we didn't have enough content for more than 2 seasons. And I'm just looking at these books and I'm just like, how much of this story, how much of these pages is not about Dream? Because then I was like, what is even the title of the book then? So then I'm just kind of curious about that, because it seems like a quite obvious, I don't know, man. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't read it, so maybe there is something to that. Maybe I don't know. But I feel like you definitely could have gotten like 4, 5, 6 even seasons out of what I'm looking at right there. But so I do feel like that. I don't know, like everybody's using the verbiage canceled, but then the official statement definitely seems counter to that. So I don't know what the truth is at the end of the day, because again, like I said, I haven't read ahead, so I don't know. But it does suck because it is a beautiful story. And the show, especially season 1, is a masterclass, a masterpiece of television, man. Anyway, what's up, Auntie Lisi? I hope you're okay. I read that you went to the ER. Listen to your body. Your health comes first. Sending lots of positive thoughts and hugs. Yes, I did. Thursday night, I was gearing up and ready to record Severance on time, and I don't know, man. I just had a weird little feeling, and it's not uncommon. That sort of feeling happens occasionally, but just something felt a little different this time, and I started to freak out, so ended up calling an ambulance and going off to the ER. And never actually, by the time they actually showed up, all of my symptoms had subsided. So I still went regardless, and I waited for 10 hours and never saw a doctor. So by the time it was the next morning and I called off work, I just decided to leave, come home, and go to bed. So yeah, I have like this thing where like occasionally like the lining of my muscle tissue will get inflamed, and it can feel like a heart attack. That's why like in one of my comments I said something along the lines of like, sometimes like I have so many health issues at times that I don't know when something's not exactly normal. And I don't know, I got a little paranoid about it that time, and maybe I jumped the gun and overreacted, but I feel like it's better safe to be sorry. So everything's fine in the end of the day, but yeah. What's up, SG? How are you? What's up, Christian? How are you? Great news! I started Daredevil for the first time last Sunday, and I'm on season 2 currently. How are you enjoying it? What's up to Dog? How are you? Hope everybody had a great weekend, and how are you feeling? Because I saw your post on Twitter. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. All things considered, I'm doing pretty okay at the moment. What's up, DJ? How are you? Howdy, Axel. What's up, Nina? How are you? Scruffy's here. What's up, Omni? How are you, man? Doing okay so far. Hey, bud, just got done watching your Owl House reaction. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Season 2 just kicked off. Happy first day of February after the longest year of January. So true, man. So freaking true. Did I see the new picks for Squid Game Season 3? I did. I wasn't looking for them, and I mean, I'd prefer not to have seen anything, but to be fair, it didn't really show us a lot, so I'm excited. What's up, JC? Howdy doing, Terrence? Logan, how are you? Just finished Season 2 of Squid Games. Damn it. I mean, I know it's what you typed, and I read it as typed. Just finished your reactions. Can't wait till Season 3. Me either, man. I'm super excited for that shit. What's up, Project Zangetsu? Greetings from South Africa. Well, shouts out to you, man. Do you think Spider-Man will appear in Daredevil Born Again? In Season 1, probably not. They did say that Season 2 will have some more ground-shattering kind of cameos compared to Season 1. I think Season 1 is going to be a Season 4, a sequel to Season 3 of Daredevil, because that's kind of what they've been pitching it as. If we do have any, like, cameos or anything of the sort, we know about Kamala's father. Outside of that, I don't know. It just would have to make sense for whatever they're doing, so we'll see. I've seen the images posted by Netflix and the Squid Game actors about Season 3. I got a few theories about them that I'll share later in the stream if you don't mind. Yeah, sure. Why not? Go for it. I'm so happy my little sister started program for her school, for her to get ready for school. Well, hell yeah, man. Big step. So, Bryce Cake, how are you? Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3 comes out soon. I cannot wait any longer. Yeah, we're 13 days away, 12 days away now. I'm waiting on my screeners still. They just emailed me Thursday about my interest, and I was like, dude, I emailed you like 2 weeks ago about my interest. Yes, I'm interested. They didn't even follow up to that email. They just emailed me a wholly separate new thread. They're like, so we know you covered the first 2. Are you planning on covering Part 3? I'm like, yes, I asked about it. Give me, please. What's up, Ronan? How are you? Have I seen the new Phantom and Lady Death games that are coming out? No, I have not at all. I've been watching Scooby-Doo, so I was wondering what was your favorite Scooby-Doo show, and who was your favorite member of the gang, and who was your favorite monster? Ooh, monster's an interesting one. My preference has always been the original. That's always been the one I've liked the most. It's the one I grew up on. Reruns of that. Just the OG gang, the OG animation, voices, all of it. I really, really enjoyed all of that. Monster. I don't know, man. That's a really hard one. I don't know. The Creeper was always a classic one to me. Because he had like that iconic sound, the voice, the pose, all of that. He showed up a couple of different times, but like I don't know. I maybe the Creeper. I need a little bit of a refresher because let's see, classic Scooby-Doo monsters. Miner 49er is great. What's the guy in the submarine outfit? Ghost of Captain Cutler. Oh, the Black Knight was good. spooky space kook. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the creeper. Creeper or Ghost of Captain Cutler. Favorite member of the gang though was definitely Shaggy. Shaggy and Scoob, man. Last half of Sandman season 1 was not as good as the first half, in my opinion. I disagree. I really enjoyed all of it, personally. But that's completely fine. Honestly, the trailer for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man didn't do the show justice. It's way better than expected. I watched, I did slap on an episode just to kind of look at the animation. I just picked a random spot, and I was just like, tell me this is at all better. And I still think the animation looks fucking piss poor, man. Like the action was so sluggish. But I don't know, man. Who knows? We'll see. I was checking out to see like what the word of mouth is on it, and from the people that I've seen that have watched it, they have said that it, you know, they don't love it, but you know, there's definitely some vibes there. I like, again, like I said, I like the style, but I just think the animation looks complete dog shit. Like I don't know. Like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's only like 3 people reacting to it at the moment. Rejects, oddly enough, Greg and his brother on their individual channels, and then I think Married to the Real just started it, and just maybe like I think like 1 or 2 channels I've never heard of. So like people aren't picking up on it at the moment. So I'm curious to see how that's all gonna go. I don't know. Who knows? Word of mouth could change the whole name of the game in a couple of weeks. But the thing is, right now, between now and March, like especially in February, we are being bombarded with shit. You know, just Severance just kicked off, and that's doing really well for me at the moment. And then we got Invincible this week, and then we have with 3 episodes, and then we have Reacher at the end of the week, at the end of the month, with another 3 episodes, and are all on the same day. So like Reacher and Invincibles and Severance are all going to be coming out on the same fucking day. Ugh, God. Yeah, I'm a little stressed about that, just the thought of it. What's up, Nikki? Glad to hear you're okay. Hope you got plenty of rest. I did indeed sleep in that day, that is for sure. The Corinthian was cool, and overall the story was interesting, but brought down by the main actress's non-existent acting ability, in my opinion. Main actresses. Honestly, I need to go back and rewatch that, because I don't remember having like a huge issue with her, with the main actress in the back half of the season. What's up, good vibes? Glad you ended up being fine. Well, thank you. I'm glad as well. This week has been crazy in the media with Superman movie, the Captain America movie, and with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. Also, there's that comment by the actor that really rubbed me the wrong way. That's another thing that was like, yeah. And then I had a couple people like hopping in on my post about Severance being late because I went to the ER and I saw somebody who was like, who gives a shit about this show? Why aren't you reacting to Neighborhood Spider-Man? I was like, 1, I'm talking about a show I am doing and have been doing. 2, the post is also about me going to the hospital, and this person's like trying to... Again, I hate when you're like, why are you watching this piece of shit when you could be watching this? And I'm like, well, 1, those 2 things, I don't care how much you enjoy your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It is not on Severance's level. It can, like that is not how you get me to watch a show either, man. Oh my God, that pissed me off. Anyway, have you watched a show called Lucifer? I have not. It's one of those shows that I want to watch one of these days, man. But not yet. Who's this Joker? I don't know. What Joker? You should really watch Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's really good. The intro is awesome. I've I've listened to a little bit of the intro because I tried not to watch too much because just in case I did end up diving into it later. I didn't want to have too much spoiled, but I did play like a clip of the intro, and it's fine. Fine. Doug Sandman was hoping they'd do spin-offs of Death and Joanna Constantine. Me too, man. Me too. That is definitely not likely at this point. Finally finished God of War 2018 and hated the Muspelheim final trial with the Valkyrie. Yeah, that's a bitch. That was rough, dude, for real. I'm really loving the show. It's so phenomenal. I am glad. If you're enjoying season 2 and you're like, not that like it's a huge dip or anything like that, the consensus is season 2 is usually people's least liked. But season 3 is personally my favorite season. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Hear me out on the Spider-Man show animation. It's kind of weird looking, but actually kind of cooks. Like I said, I think the style's great. I love the style. I love the art direction of the show. From what I've seen, I love that it's like ripped right off of a comic, but I just seeing things in motion, it looks so rough, man. That seems all. What are your thoughts on? I'm not watching it, so I have zero thoughts outside of my current opinion on it as an outsider who is not watching the show, but has seen some stuffs. I watched a 15-minute recap vid of Dragon Ball and pretty much felt like I got the point. And it seems like the only thing I maybe would have wanted to watch is the final arc of it or so, like the Piccolo... Oh, shit. The Piccolo Jr. stuff. But we started Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I don't feel like... I don't feel lost, which is nice, but I'm also enjoying it a lot more so far. I've seen the first 3. The stuff with Goku and his brother is cool. And Goku Piccolo team up was fun with the banter. It helps when you understand the relationship for the banter. For why it's a big deal for those two to team up. That's the big thing. The Red Ribbon Army stuff is huge from Dragon Ball, and that is going to come up a lot eventually over the course of, not in this first arc, but everything after it, it keeps coming back. Like, it becomes a pretty pivotal part. You don't need to know. A lot of it's just like, oh, that's a thing that happened once. They hate Goku. Great. That's about the gist of it, but like there's a lot of like things that tie in there and things that come back into play in that way, but the final arc of Dragon Ball is sick. Like all of the tournament arcs are really good in general, but from that point forward, like once the Red Ribbon Army come into play, I think is when Dragon Ball really kicks off. Yeah, the first section with the first run with the Dragon Balls and with Pilaf and all of that, hell, Pilaf comes back eventually. Spoilers. Not that matters all that much, but it's just good to know. I guess like at the end of the day, it's good to know about the Dragon Ball stuff and the relationships there, because it all came rooted from a place of great stuffs, fun adventures. Let's see. Do you think the front man feels bad about killing Yoon's friend? I mean, I feel like part of him probably does. I don't think he wants this to be the world that's out there, but he's just accepted that this is the world that's out there. And that's the only way for him to reconcile the horrors he's done. That's my take on it. I actually tagged you on Blue Sky to let you know about something about the animated Spider-Man show. Oh, I think I saw it. If I'm thinking of the same thing. Yeah, I think this might convince you to watch it less. Yeah, that definitely didn't help. Checked out My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and they're being smart releasing 2 or 3 episodes per week. I'm sorry. What? That's what I wanted from Creature Commandos. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not watching it right now then. Are you sure it's every week it's multiple episodes? And, you know, it opened with 2. Which is normal for Disney Plus. It's usually 2 or 3 at the start, at jump, but then it goes to 1 a week. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm yeah, okay, yeah. It was just a 2-episode premiere. You have 3 episodes this week. What? So it was 2 last week, and then it's going to be 3 episodes this week? That's stupid. That screams like PR maneuver right there to me. That can't be real. Oh my god, it is. They're like, oh shit, let's get this out as fast as possible. Yeah, 3 next week. 3 after that, and then 2 to end on. Dropping at once. Okay. Weird. That is weird. Huh. That feels weird to me. That feels like there's like there was a reason behind that. But what do I know? I don't know. So are Daredevil and the Punisher friends? They're acquaintances. I wouldn't call them friends. The new Spider-Man show is okay so far. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Will you Cobra the Kai? I will indeed Cobra the Kai. That's another thing that comes out in February, man. Cobra Kai. Like, February is going to be busy, plus we're starting Heartstopper, so another show in the mix that I'm just kind of like, I don't know. That's not going to get the win at the moment. It's also not MCU, so it's not like I feel like I have to watch it either. That's another thing. Like, it's its own thing. So I care. I'm not like obligated. I don't feel like I have an obligation to watch it on top of all of that. That's another thing. Like, I've watched exclusively all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe adjacent stuff, and that's kind of been it. So I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I'm not saying it's never going to happen, but right now it is a very, like, it is the furthest away from a priority at the moment. Haven't seen the Blood of the Dawnwalker trailer. I don't know what that is. So that's a no. What part of the Jurassic Park book are they going to show in Jurassic Park Rebirth? I don't know. They were very vague, and I don't know what set piece they could be using. My first thought, I was trying to remember things that didn't happen in the book. And there was a whole section about construction workers, a construction site, and an attack that I was wondering maybe that could be it. There's a whole thing with a dinosaur getting lost in a residential area as well. I don't know. I really don't know which part that they're talking about. But out of everything about that, and the fact that the people that signed on for it would have signed on for that movie, gives me at least some hope. Maybe it won't be trash like the last 2. But that also makes me curious just to see what it is, what part they're talking about there that was originally wanted to be included, but not. So one of the things that happened in Season 3 is that Gyun will not be allowed to play in the last 3 games. I feel like that would be, I don't know. I feel like he would have to play. I don't know if I would buy into that one. But that'd be interesting if that did happen. What's up, Nick? Hope you're well. Me and Lucy are moving out on Monday back to each of our parents. It got to the point where we could go to the Magistrate's Court. That's our lowest court. Not sure your American equivalent would be. To argue why we have an extension to stay, but we weren't confident we would win the hearing. And neither of us have the mentality right now to do that. So our current plan of leaving on Monday means that physically not being in the relationship, but we have to separate for now. I'm glad I'm glad you clarify that you're not breaking up as a result. But that you just won't be able to live together for a moment. We wanted to hop on for an hour or so on the live, but we'll probably head off in a bit to get an early night to continue packing and cleaning tomorrow. That sucks, man. I'm really sorry you guys are having to go through all of that. Hopefully there's some good news on the horizon. And yeah, I don't know, man. This whole situation's just ass. I don't even know. Like, there's no good way to put that. Like, it just sucks, man. I hope everything works out, and definitely take care of your guys first. That's first and foremost. Don't worry about little old me. but we'll be here whenever we're here, man. Kooky Space Kook, is that your favorite? Not a bad one. I'm excited for the new season of Invincible. I am excited. I don't really know where anything's gonna go from this point forward. I've seen like one thing because I've avoided the trailers. I've avoided as much of the promotional stuff as I've seen. I've seen that he gets a new suit. I am not a fan of the new suit. I'm just gonna be real. I don't like it. So we'll see how that all goes. Want to know something messed up? There was no modern physical or digital release of 1989 Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren, which is a travesty because that's part of the character's history. That sucks, man. I didn't know that little tidbit. So you are restricted to what? VHS for that? Oof. AOS getting exciting or getting crazy. It very much so is. Any plans on... Hold on, was this retracted? I know you put in something that and then you took it back. No, it would not have been this. I need to keep an eye out for that because there's some messages that I saw that have already been retracted. Actually, no, it was this. Because I answered that question, I imagine. Ever consider reacting to Initial D? I've never really thought about reacting to it, but it is something I've been curious about as far as like anime goes, but I don't, like, I've always heard about it. I know friends that like it. I don't really know anything about it, but I know it's like a classic. So far I've seen episodes 1 through 4 of season 2, and damn, I love the introduction. The introduction of Frank Castle. Really loved his and Matt's scenes. There's some of the best scenes in the entire show, and I love that, man. I love their back and forth. Did I have a crush on Velma or Daphne? I'll say growing up, I definitely had a crush on Daphne. Looking back though, as I have matured, I definitely am a Velma simp these days. I'm watching someone play God of War 2018 for the first time, and she thought the ending was anticlimactic and out of nowhere. That's a thought, okay? Dibs on Daphne. The animation looks like Ultimate Spider-Man for PS2, and not in a good way. Okay, let's be real. It's crisper than that. I don't think it's as fluid as that either, though, to be fair. Want to do something for Invincible Season 3? What do you have in mind? What do you have in mind? Like a round table talk like we've done before? The freaky cat ladies in Zombie Island were great Scooby-Doo monsters. Yes. I like that one. I loved that movie, man. 'Cause it's terror time again. Dude, there's some Scooby-Doo jams in the early 2000s, man. And yes, I also like the Cyber Dude and the vampires from the Hex Girl stuff. A lot of villains are great, though. There's a lot of really good ones, man. A lot of really good ones. Personally think the swinging is slow looking. Feels weird, I know. He's a young Spidey, but still. You excited for Sinners? It looks so badass. It looks wild, and I'm very curious to see, cause there's so many allusions to like vampires or zombies or something like that, but then I saw a comment from, I guess, the director saying that like there is way more supernatural shit in this than even just those, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? But I do like Michael B. Jordan. I don't like the Rocky shit, like the drama. That's not on him though. That's the owner of the Rocky IP at this point, but that's a whole other sidebar. But I love him as an actor and stuff, man. So I'm excited to see that. It looks like an insane movie, so I definitely am curious about that one. Honestly, Omni, the animation in What If was way worse than... No, it is not. No, it isn't. I think the style, the look, visually, the aesthetic, the art direction is superior in your neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But the animation itself, no. I watched some action set pieces and stuff just to get a taste, and it is it is not anywhere near as clean as when What If is popping off. At least that's me. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it touches that. And I think it, again, the art direction's cooler, but if they had just gave a shit about the motion of everything, who knows? It could be sucking me in right now. Have ever watched the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover? No, because I mean, I never really had any motivation to watch it because I had never seen Supernatural, so I wasn't really drawn into that. And that came out way, way beyond my Scooby-Doo years. Invincible Reacher, then my birthday, Daredevil. Yeah, dude. We got a fun lineup over the next couple of months, dude. Daredevil in March, and then on my birthday, the Devil May Cry anime comes out. Dude, everything they've released about that looks so fucking sick. I'm so excited. The Limp Bizkit intro threw me for a loop though, but I am excited. Let's see. Cobra Kai trailer Monday. I know you won't watch it. And I get it, cause we're 2 weeks away. No reason to see the footage, but I'm personally excited. Love getting a taste, plus trailer editing can be hype. I saw the poster and I saw like the 4 images that all the actors kind of released. I'm really interested how we are going to wrap things up. And there's a good chance I might have the episodes before the trailer comes out. So again, that's another reason for me to avoid it. Ada got those Mortal Kombat fighting skills going on in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was watching this 2-year-old Netflix show last week, and it has this big cliffhanger, and I was like, I want more. And season 2 is this Monday, so, well, what show? What show was it? You're like, I like this thing. It was great. What is it? I wonder if the reason why most movies, shows, and video games fail is because of all the negative feedback that comes out of it. I don't think that's all a factor. I think it depends on what the narrative is pushing a thing. Like, for me, like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man stuff, even when it was announced to be a Tom Holland backstory show, I wasn't really excited for it. And when we saw all the stills and the tastes and stuff like this, I'm like, what is this? I've personally just never been interested in it. Not since it was ever even announced. But I do think that there becomes a narrative where people will be like, okay, what are people thinking about this thing? And then it'll kind of put them off from it. Like, it can be a movie, it can be a show, it can be a number of things. Video games, I think, have a stronger longevity and pull to them than TV shows and movies, especially today with the budgets of them all and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. The show is called School Spirits, starring Peyton List. Oh, you put patron list, but I know who you meant. I saw her tweeting about that kind of shit. I didn't know I never heard of it up until she started posting about it. I've seen Danny Mata's 1 million sub music video. His cosplays and lyrics were low-key kind of hilarious. No, I have not. I need to check that out. I saw a picture of him dressed up as Fizzarolli, and that's the end of it. I haven't actually watched the video yet. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was, I remember reading that. That was back when I was talking about the dude that commented on my ER visit post. I like the Severance camera work. Dude, the cinematography in Severance is fantastic. But also, like, I want to say, but like, before I even read this, like, coming back to Neighborhood Spider-Man, I could have just seen some bad bits. You know, I tried to just randomly click him into an episode and kind of look at. I saw like a fight between Spider-Man and somebody, and I was like, I don't know. So I don't know. Who knows? It's also the first 2 episodes. Someone who likes Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man saying, why the fuck you watching Severance over that is insane. And especially on an ER post. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, it's a little... What? It's just disrespectful on multiple levels. And I responded to him before I hid the fucker from the channel because that shit pisses me off. even more than like trolling shit. That's just one, like that. This isn't about any of the shows other than the delay, because I had to go to the fucking hospital. That's the main thing I wanted to get out there. And yeah, Severance, I followed up. I was like, dude, Severance is better than anything. I put this in there, and it might be hyperbole to an extent, but I said Severance is I would rather watch Severance than anything Disney's put out in the last 20 years right now, you know. And I threw a little sidebar, barring Daredevil. You know, that's the only thing I would set shit aside for when that comes out, is Daredevil Born Again. But yeah. I mean, Severance, I think, arguably is better than anything Disney has made. Like, you could talk about your personal preferences and what you like more, but I don't think it's any argument about the writing, the cinematography, the acting compared to anything we've gotten from the Mouse House, man. But that's me. Like, it's not even comparable, dude. Anyway, so, oh my god. But then, yeah, the whole point is, like, I'm talking about this is late, something we're already doing, and because I had what I thought may have been a heart attack, and it's like, why aren't you watching Spider-Man? Who cares about this show? I was like, clearly more people care about Severance right now than, like, that's the reality of the situation. More people do care about Severance at the moment than this Spider-Man show. That is fair to say. The Red Ranger Isekai anime is getting an English dub tomorrow. Interesting. I might check that out. Where can you watch it? Is it on Crunchyroll, Hulu? Where is it even at? I watched like a trailer for it. I don't know how I vibe with the aesthetics, but I'm curious about it. I'm curious about that whole idea. As soon as I heard the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was going to be a prequel to the MCU Spider-Man, then pivoted into its original thing, red flags immediately started sprouting up. That's also something I felt early on as well, but I just was so confused about how they were going to do all of that. And Emery's, I know that. I know it takes place in another universe. That's what we're talking about. They said they were influenced by Steve Ditko's 60s art style in Spider-Man. Like I said, love this art style. The art style is great. The animation needs improvement. Talking of Sandman, at least it sounds like internally it seems like they had decided months or at least a year ago that season 2 was always going to be the last season and wasn't to do with Gaiman. See, that's what I was thinking as well. Plus, I think it's, if I remember correctly, I think it is one of Netflix's most expensive shows ever. So pumping out more seasons of it, they were probably trying to be like very efficient with what they were going to do moving forward, considering things are only going to get crazier, I assume, the further we get into the lore. So I can buy either narrative, to be fair. What's up, Darkly? How are you? Not saying I don't want the original Spider-Man stuff, but I mean, look at Spider-Man for PS4. My problem is that they wanted to do something that called back to the Ditko era of Spider-Man and go all out. Then go all out. Right. Exactly. Because I feel like they just did it. I don't know. It feels so... Again, I don't know. Just from what I've seen, it just feels so cheap. But anyway. Howdy. Spider-Man feels pretty stiff, but I respect it because it felt like they were putting comic panels on screen. The writing is very good, though. These people love the character. See, that's what I would like to hear, is that at least the story's good. But for me, too, like, when I'm looking at animation, man, sometimes it's a stylistic choice, but, like, the frame rate of the animation, it just puts me off. It just puts me off. I love the look. I love that they're going for the comic-to-page vibe, especially with the editing and stuff like that. Love that. It's just, I feel like the execution could probably be a little bit better. Because this isn't like I don't know why you would, like, opt for a low frame rate in this vein. I know Spider-Verse did it for Miles specifically. Like, he was the only one edited in 2s. So, like, well, 3s then 2s, I think. until he got experience, and then he's on ones like everybody else. So like there's things you can do with that, but I don't know. Whatever. I feel like there's no point in me continuing to talk about it. I'm not interested in watching it at the moment. I'm not sold on it at the moment. I don't have time for it at the moment. And I don't mean to keep ragging on it, but like it's just people keep bringing the show up. People keep bringing it up. And yeah, I just personally I don't care at the moment. I got too many other things on the plate. I'm so happy we don't have to wait 3 years for Squid Game Season 3. Me too, man. That would suck. So how much do you know about Power Rangers / Super Sentai? I know most about Power Rangers. I've honestly never watched any of Super Sentai outside of some clips. I have the first one, the one that Mighty Morphin was adapted on DVD. I've got the whole series. I've just never actually sat down and watched it. But I've seen like a large chunk of Power Rangers and recall at least a majority of the lore. I haven't seen every season, but I've seen a lot of them. I'd say I've seen half, at least, of the Power Ranger shows. But I've seen, well, 100% more Power Rangers than Super Sentai. I mean, to be fair, I guess I've seen some Super Sentai because they use Super Sentai footage in the shows, so... How do you feel about Matthew Lillard coming back for Scream 7? Dude, not just him, but the fucking dude who played her half-brother in 3 is also coming back. I don't know what... This feels... Okay, if they didn't have this drama with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega and all of that, I don't think any of this would be happening. I think they are doing anything and everything to try to get people excited for this movie after the PR nightmare that was them and this public feud with Melissa over her stance on, you know, what seems to be a pretty reasonable thing is to, you know, opt for life, you know? That whole situation. I am not going to go to the theater to see that movie. And Scream is one of my favorite movie franchises. It really is. And to be fair, no matter how this ends up doing, I do think the final movie did end in a very satisfactory way that could have very well been a bookend to the entire saga. But I don't know. We'll see. There's other ways to. I don't know. I'll probably watch it one day, but I ain't going to see it in no theater. They have to really pull some kind of like. Yeah. I was like, dude, well, I know one time I was like, dude, if they bring back Stu, that, you know, I was like, I'll always see if they bring back Stu, and I was like, I can't even like go that far, because I didn't expect them to actually fall that far to do that. But I don't know, man. The whole Scream stuff just has me sad, and it feels sad. Watched Defenders this week. It was good. Could have been a couple episodes shorter, like 6, but it was solid. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad someone else enjoyed it. Really, I heard some people say season 2 is their favorite. I don't know if some people in this chat have said that, but like the general consensus is that it's the weakest of the 3. Not that it's bad, but that it's the weakest of the 3. I mean, arguably, and I say this all the time, man, if you're ranking anything, something has to be at the end. That doesn't mean it's bad. Could mean everything's great. It's just a little less great, you know? I'm loving the season. The first half is really good, though. What's your opinion on that short flying Superman scene from the Superman movie? I thought it was fine. Does it look a little hokey? Yeah, but I think it's the lens and probably a little bit of the green screening, but it's no more hokey than a lot of other things we've seen. I think it's fine. And now we are muted because I'm only up to episode 3 of Squid Game and Matrix dodging spoilers. Well, get on it. Personally, Marvel's first animated Spider-Man project in years should have been a proper continuation of the 90s animated series because that was my Spider-Man growing up. Same. And I hope we do. I hope 97 and that whole little thing there is a tease that we will eventually get that. And I would have loved to finally see Spider-Man get back together with Mary Jane. As for the animation, gives us more of that X-Men 97 goodness, but for Spider-Man. I hope that eventually we do get that. 3 episodes this week. Yeah, I feel like I've seen a recap of Dragon Ball, so I understand the Red Ribbon Army hating Goku plus the Piccolo Jr. hating Goku plus why. Glad I watched the recap. I felt like after watching that I would have loved, wouldn't have been worth watching the 100 plus episodes to know what I know now. Like a lot in Z feels like they let you know if you didn't. Like Dragon Ball for me, I guess, is the background for this. Kind of how I don't care for Alien, but I'm glad to know the lore because it was a good background to have for Ripley's character in Aliens, which I liked. Oh, you didn't like Alien? Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Fair enough, fair enough. I just watched A Complete Unknown. Have you seen it or watched it as a reaction? I have not seen it. I don't know if I'd watch it for a reaction or not. Definitely not on the slate at the moment. How many teacher preachers reach too far for a peach to not leach? Gotta know the bleach. What the fuck? Sean popping off over here. What's up, Nikki? How are you? It's common for some streaming services nowadays to release only 2 or 1 episodes, for instance. Watching a new season of an anime on Netflix and they release a new episode every Monday. I know they're doing that for Dragon Ball because they're legally restricted of doing so, but typically Netflix doesn't do that. What anime is that they're experimenting with? Because I really wish Netflix would just actually get on the case for all of that. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man didn't want to run into Daredevil. I would imagine not. Actually sucks because it's good, so they probably thought it wasn't going to do well. And they probably didn't. It just doesn't. The release strategy is really weird for it. Happy Saturday, Omni. Happy to see that you're feeling better. Thank you, Lindsay. Friends, more like work associates in the way that the delivery guy works with the janitor. True. Pundival. People are going to go crazy. So I was debating YouTube Premium because videos that I've watched in the past that didn't have adverts now have them in them. And videos that are seemingly longer than 45 minutes seem to have adverts every 3.5 minutes. But I've just checked the price to see, and it's $7.99. That's pounds, right? At some point, more than doubled to... Ooh. It's 16 now? I remember it's... I'm curious. When I signed up for it, it was $9.99. I haven't checked. I've never kept up with it. I've had premium for almost a decade, so I don't know the last time I've actually checked. It's at $19. Oh my god. This is when those Rocket Money sponsorships would come in handy. I'm not canceling it. I use it too frequently. So it's fine. Like, that's how I get through on my road trips, so I guess it's worth it. You think any other Avengers will cameo in Captain America Brave New World? Will we see setup for Doctor Doom? I have no idea. I really think all bets are off with this movie, man. I'm excited though. I'm excited. Mooncraft. They made Lego Mooncraft. I feel offended, like for the movie. Hey, not to spoil, but this is AUG is Y favorite arc. AOG or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Was this a typo? I'm curious. Thank you. AOS is what you meant. I assumed so, but I didn't also want to assume. On the part of the Jurassic Park of the subreddit, people are theorizing it's the river part of the book that's going to be in the rebirth. That would make sense. That honestly, they're in the rainforest. That would make way more sense. I don't know. I'm curious. I need a Gyun versus Frontman brawl in the series finale. Let's do it, man. Let's throw some hands. You ready for F4? Trailer comes out Tuesday. I'm so excited. They are my favorite team, and I'm excited to see Papa Pedro with those gray stripes in his hair. I'm excited too, man. I'm super excited. I'm very curious about how they're gonna, how it's gonna look, how everything's gonna come together, and what the feel for the trailer is gonna be. Have we stopped with Squid Game spoilers yet? I mean, they could come up here and there frequently. We have no barring on spoilers in the chat. So tread at your own discretion. And one of the photos posted by, well, here we go. Here's more. Behind the scene by the actor was a behind-the-scenes pic of guard 011 and another guard without a mask that looked like 246. Maybe she convinced the officer to recruit him because of his gun handling. I mean, maybe, but I do think either way, like I'm pretty confident that whole situation is going to resolve in a way that I thought. Or closely to what I thought. Watching Punisher Season 1 right now before... excuse me. Hopping into Daredevil Season 3. Not out of necessity for plot, but because more Punisher content before DD Born Again. You liked it, right? Yeah, Season 1 of Punisher is fan-fucking-tastic. I didn't like Punisher Season 2 as much as a lot of people did. I thought it was very... It's hard to follow up when you kick off a season really strong. The Jessica Jones thing is a really clear indication too. When the season 1 is so good, like following it up in any kind of like actually genuinely following it up in any kind of real way is just difficult. But I do think like Punisher Season 1 has that same kind of thing, and Season 2 I didn't like as much. It's still okay. It's still okay, and maybe I need to rewatch it, but I know when it came out, I did not like it as much as Season 1 at all, as far as, like, closeness goes. Like, Season 1 for me was, like, an 11 out of 10. I immediately rewatched it after I binged it the same... I watched it, like, 3 times in 1 week, Season 1. And so, and Season 2 for me felt like a 6 or 7? 7 out of 10, maybe? Blue pants feel weird on Mark to me. Yes, I retracted that question. Yes. Blood of the Dawnwalker is a vampire open-world game by some of the Witcher 3 devs. Never heard of it. Might have to look into it. I have a film theory, so bulletproof that OG Mark suit turned down, I think him or the purple brother gets the yellow suit, maybe, I think. Oh, that'd be cool. So what do you think of 457, the ship between Gyun and the front man? Oh, is that? Oh, because it's +1. No, there's no ship there in my mind, man, but what, I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm also kind of not surprised that it's a thing. I guess I shouldn't be. Do I think Maleficent will be one of the main villains of Kingdom Hearts 4? Main villains? No. Will she be in it? Of course. She's still after that damn box. Even though, good luck trying to get it from whose hands it's in at the moment. She'd get raffle stomped so fast. But, I don't think she's ever going to be a main villain again. Maybe, I mean, I might eat those words eventually, but Kingdom Hearts 4 feels like it's going to be, our main villains are going to be very, very different from anything we've had before. How am I doing today? I'm doing good, Emrys. Welcome, welcome. Nah, guys, Shaggy's the hottest. You know, something like a round tables. Yeah, sure. Just let me know if I'm available. I will definitely try to hang out with you guys. My table is a rectangle. Have you thought about reacting to any Scooby-Doo content? Not particularly. Sup, Obnibobs and chat. Got a lurk mostly, but glad you're not dead. I am also glad I'm not dead. If you do check out Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I did watch a couple episodes of like one of the more recent ones, where it has like a more kind of like long form narrative. I watched a couple episodes of that, and I think it's whichever one it was where I've seen What's New Scooby-Doo. I've seen a lot of What's New Scooby-Doo. And I saw a couple of episodes of that one that kicks off with Shaggy and Velma in a relationship. Rocky drama be messed up. Agreed. There's something wrong with the motion in Spidey, I swear that's all. This one made it look like a fill of comics. Would you ever give a tour of your collection behind you? You have way more Funkos than I do. I had to start vetoing some off of the shelves and moving them into the closet because rotating out the ones that I'd rather have back there. But I've said I'd do a room tour for like years now, but I keep failing to do so and follow through. But one of these days. I started to one time, but then I messed the whole thing up and fucked it up, so that I just never went back to it. Then May comes along, Thunderbolts, July, Superman, hype for this year. Saw a comment that Daredevil will be like The Sopranos meets Penguin. Why can't we just let Daredevil be its own thing instead of comparing it to other things? That's my take personally. I mean, everything is something meets something else. Everything, like no thing is wholly original of its own. It's going to be taking inspiration. And if you're trying to describe it to somebody, you want to relate it to something people are going to be familiar with. So it's not saying that it is this, it is. And by the fact that it is those two things feeling together and merged together by extension does make it its own kind of thing, its own little feeling. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily think trying to like relate it to something people know is necessarily a bad thing. Shows some cool spirits. Darkly. Glad you're enjoying the second Shield arc. Many people love the robots even more than Ghost Rider, which was great on its own. I mean, Ghost Rider was a surprise. Well, not that I knew it was coming, so like not in that way, but it was just really, really fucking good. What's up, Nonberry? How are you all doing? Good Saturday, happy February. Hope all is well. All is much better, that is for sure. Rip Dead Boy Detectives. Dude, Dead Boy Detectives died before any of this crap happened too, which is crazy. Do I think Chris Evans is really coming back and just pulling an Andrew Garfield on us, or he's really telling the truth? I don't know why he would say he's coming back, but then not. I would imagine he's coming back in some capacity. I mean, fuck, dude. We got... I think we're going to get a Nega Avengers from the multiverse, you know, with familiar faces as different characters. So I think he might be back, but I don't think he's going to be back as our Cap or anything of the sort. Did I miss something? Heart attack? Yeah, I had a little scare Thursday night. As you're reading one of my comments, I spilled my drink on my desk. You're welcome? I'm sorry? Take your pick of responses. The Spider-Man series takes place in another universe anyway. I'm aware. As someone who thinks he may have suffered a TIA about a year ago, I never got it confirmed. I can't imagine how scary it must have been for you to think that you were having a full-on heart attack. I mean, I don't know what it would feel like, so I don't know. It's crazy. I'm a fan of the Terrifier movies. Never seen any of them. Because I heard that Terrifier 4 is the last one, and I'm honestly happy. I fucking hate clowns, especially Art. I never wanted to watch the first one. But my friend made me, and I was terrified. Haha, that's the name of the movie! It did its job. But I've never seen anything. I've seen like a very detailed review of the first movie, and that's about it. I've never actually sat down and read it. I think it's hilarious how the real art people love these days is about the rage against the corporate rat race and is anti-capitalism and anti-fascism. Severance and I mean, that is an observation to make for sure. Sandman, if I remember correctly, was 10 million per episode for season 1. I think I don't know if I could have swore it was more than that, but I don't know. And by hilarious, I mean food for the soul. Fantastic Four trailer Tuesday, let's go. I thought they'd wait until Sunday at the Super Bowl to drop the trailer. I'm glad that they're not. I forgot the Super Bowl is coming up. What Power Rangers team would you fight? And what Power Rangers team would I join? MMPR, 100%. Or, Ninja Storm, because, powers. No, Mystic Force powers. Actually, a lot of the ones around that era just had powers innately, like other powers, like even when they were humans. Maybe I'd join Dino Thunder because powers and dinos, and Tommy's your mentor. I think that'd be cool. Who would I fight? I would want to beat the shit out of Overdrive, cause fuck them kids. Do you think the Game of Thrones fandom is slowly dying? I saw a video that there is way less interest in the franchise nowadays. I still like it personally. I mean, the moment season 8 happened, I think there's been a decline in interest. Less people talk about it. It comes up when House of the Dragon's on. That's the only time you're hearing people really talk about it. And it's just because they're trying to get a taste of for what was. But at the end of the day, there's still always that little itch in the back of your mind about everything that happened. Plus, there's also the idea and the fact that George R.R. Martin has basically said he may not finish the book series. So it's hard to be excited even about the books when you don't even know if they're going to get a conclusion at all. At least from him. And that's kind of off-putting as well. Acting, the story and the characters and the acting is great. That's at least good to hear. I just agree with you, everything you said about the animation, but everything else is very well done. That's kind of why I defended. Fair enough. Fair. For me, I wish they did something different with the Spider-Man show. I wish they had him as an adult already established. I'm kind of tired of seeing him as a teenager. I'm also kind of with you as well about that, to be fair. But yeah, we are where we are, man. It definitely shows that I think that was in its DNA to be a Tom Holland story until they decided it wasn't. I have editors, right? When you did all of the editing, how many things could you upload a week? Right now, I only have Prepper edit Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for me. And my movie reactions when I have them, which is once a month right now. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. once a week. Everything else, I'm still editing. Though because of the stuff with the ER, I fell a little bit behind this week, so I did have them edit Owl House this week. And every now and then, if I'm feeling like I'm just not up to the task, because One Piece doing 3 episodes, sure, sometimes the episodes are kind of quick, but that's an hour and a half of One Piece to comb through. Sometimes I'll have them do that. So maybe I send them 2 shows a week. Everything else is still me. And, yeah. So if it's like this comes out tonight and I need it out as soon as possible, that is always me. Like Severance, Harley Quinn. Well, I've been doing Owl House. I did One Piece this week. Yeah. It's just rough. So it varies. Like I've definitely been doing a lot more than I used to back in the day. I'm gonna take care of yourself. We want you all to be here for many, many years. Love your vids. Well, thank you, Sheldor. I really appreciate that. That's at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I could sure have tried to be like I'm gonna cover everything, but at this point, I'm trying to be. For my own health and benefit, if I'm not already covering it, I'm being a little more selective. Because especially after last year, I definitely was burning myself out. Physically. Like, I still enjoy what I'm doing and stuff like that, but it can still be it's so taxing, man. Especially when I have a full 60, fucking, what are my hours? Fucking 45-hour weeks doing my day job. Yeah, so, like, it's already rough juggling the two. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, I'm on call right now, so who knows? I could get interrupted by all of this. Not wanting to jinx it and all. It definitely looks like they were trying to get Sandman canceled, and they used gaming allegations to do it. However, in my opinion, if those allegations are true, he should never write again. Well, he's going to have a hard time doing any of that, that's for sure. Getting anybody to buy onto any of his stuff. And I know that I've seen a lot of people, like, look at certain characters within his stories and stuff like that with a different light now knowing some of these things that he's into outside of that. And I hate that this is another thing that paints the whole BDSM community and all that kind of in another a disgruntled light, because it's always something and it's always somebody. And I think it's hilarious and sad how every time, like, there's starting to be like a little bit of respect and uprising and representation and stuff like that, it just gets completely thrown to the wayside. I feel bad, man. It feels bad. Because then, like, I saw, like, one of the first articles that came out about it, I'd be like, this is not what it is. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It was, oh my God. I don't know, man. You never know. Hollywood's once you get fame, man, like, it's hard to trust anybody. On both sides. The people that abuse it, and also the people that know that if they throw this shit out there, who's going to believe who? So, and I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but, like, I'm just saying, like, the second that you enter some drama like that as a public figure, you're pretty much just kind of fucked on all fronts, right or wrong, or no matter what the real truth is at the end of the day. Because we've seen this happen with other people that had, like, the charges and, like, the allegations, all this settled, dropped altogether, or found out to be true, but there's still always that association in the back of your mind, regardless of what comes out after the fact. And I like that, coming back to Scream, they explored that a lot with Cotton in that, when, you know, he went to prison for the murder for Maureen Prescott and all that, but then, you know, evidence shown he never did it, but then he's still treated that way. And again, I'm not saying that's the situation here, but I'm just talking about just getting yourself into shit as a public figure it's just never good. Whether you did it or you didn't, it's just hard to come back from any of that unless you've got, like, damning evidence in support of yourself, which in this situation, and more keeps coming out, just shooting him right in the ass. And it just gets worse and worse the more we see. So yeah, I would be shocked if he ever has, like, a successful project at all, at least in the near future, man. I think he's done at the moment. And it sucks, because it's just like, when you have a creator that makes, like, these things that people connect with in this way, like, very intimately, where you feel like this person gets you, and you find so much to take away from it. Like, then you have all of that, and then it's just like, okay, well, then what does that mean about this thing that I fell in love with? And I talked about this a lot before. I think there is, like, a level of separation. Like, you can acknowledge that, but I think the art itself, once it's put out into the world, to me, lives on its own on an island. You can acknowledge the associations, but I try not to let it taint it all that much. But, like, it's just a messy situation, man. You never want it, especially out of somebody you look up to or respect or enjoy the work of, because there's always going to be that, again, like I said, that tingle in the back of your mind. And not the good guy. I heard that Peter doesn't have a character in the show. Like, he apparently doesn't show any emotion other than happy. I wouldn't be able to speak on that. It's absolutely insane to think that Stranger Things Season 1 was $6 million per episode, and Season 4 and 5 were both 5 times that amount, $30 million per episode. Hey, some of those episodes, too, were twice as long as some of those episodes in Season 1, which is wild. Yeah, it definitely inflated, for sure. What's the name of the first Red Ranger? We talking about Jason? Jason Scott. Have you seen the new Squid Game Season 3 trailer? There's a trailer? Even so, I'm not watching it. Even if it was out, I'm not going to watch it. Let's be honest, Omni, the guy who commented on your ER post was most likely an immature 12 or 14-year-old who was never taught good manners or respect. Hey, quite possible. Quite possible. Have I ever thought about watching Dexter? It definitely has crossed my mind. It's one of those shows that I'd be curious to check out eventually, despite knowing how it ends. It's one of those shows that, you know, people were memeing and talking shit about the ending. I heard that people didn't really like the ending, hence the revival, I think, that came out after the fact to kind of rectify that. But I know how it ends. I know how Lost ends. I've never seen an episode of either, though. Going back to the Go All Out thing, I would have loved to have seen that version of Spider-Man wear like the classic yellow sweater, or have a lot of characters wear 70s or 60s style clothing, you know. I could have been down with that, that's for sure. It's a lie, Christian. He has lots of character. But creativity at Disney is dead, apparently. I mean, if the live action shit is any indication, you're not fucking wrong. What do I think? Oh, here, sorry, I skipped one. Had no idea the main actor who plays Spider-Man in What If in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is 30 years old. You wouldn't think so, judging by his voice, but that's why he's got the job. What do you think if Power Rangers show was animated? I would absolutely love an animated adaptation of the Boom Power Rangers comic run. Psycho Rangers were the best Power Rangers villains. They were definitely some of the best, for sure. If you had to pick your own Ranger team, who would you pick? And the rules are you have to pick a red, yellow, green, black, blue, pink. But they have to have been from different Ranger shows, so no crossover whatsoever. Damn, okay. Red, well, green, I'm gonna go with Tommy. Because, why not? Because that's my favorite Green Ranger outfit, coat, cloak, everything. Red, I'm gonna go... Oh, they have to be from different teams, so I can't pick Jason now. So I need to... Well, what if we had people that rotated out? Or they... Oh, shit. This is getting sticky. They've been on multiple teams, so it counts. I'm gonna count it. Jason as red. Hold on, I already fucked up my whole... This is gonna take me too much time. I will have to revisit this another time. I can't spend the whole stream doing this, or we're gonna be here forever. I will have to... this is something I would like to ponder and might have to spend some time thinking about it. The best animation ever is the Spider-Verse movies, in my opinion. Those are... It's definitely fantastic. That is up there. Arcane is definitely up there as far as animation goes. Trying to think if there's anything else I'd even put in that category. I really like we're talking, it's not even like in the same ballpark as far as flashiness, but I love Klaus. That movie's beautiful. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Spider-Verse and Arcane, man. One Piece is better than all. I mean, One Piece is good, but it's definitely not the best thing in the world, to me, personally. Freaking Squid Game, Season 2, Episode 1, uploading for the 3rd time. It keeps going through and then being blocked 1 to 2 days later. Yeah. That sucks. I hate when that shit happens, man. When it's okay for a while and then it gets blocked. Because then it's a manual block by that point. So you know somebody's combing through stuff and you're like, I didn't like how this was edited. So yeah, that sucks, man. That's the annoying parts of doing all of this. My opinion, Daredevil Season 2 is pretty weak when Punisher isn't involved. That's the general consensus. Everything is like, it's great when Punisher's there, and then when he's not, it's okay. That's the general consensus. I remember watching a couple of Screams, but I vividly remember Matthew Lillard's character dying, right? How the hell is he back? Are we really saying Scream is now in the supernatural category? Like, they're bringing back Roman, dude. He was shot in the fucking heart. Like, Sydney put him down. Like, and he's supposedly going to be in this next movie. So it's either some kind of surreal acid trip, or I don't know. Stu had a TV dropped on his head, and he was presumed dead. And it's been a long-standing theory, even in the Scream universe, that he may have survived. And he was originally going to be the Scream 3 villain until they rewrote everything. So that's always kind of been on the table, that Stu survived. And people had still been hoping out for that, you know, and it's a thing that people talk about in the last movie. Even they talked about the possibility of him still being out there. But the Roman thing is what throws me off. And like Christian said, could be flashbacks. But to what? It would have to be what if it's someone that has interacted with all of the killers? That's the only way I think you could pull that off. But who knows? No matter how weird or bad the Superman CGI is, we all watched The Flash, so shouldn't shit on it too hard. I rarely really come down on CGI, so it's fine. It's fine. I think it's blown massively out of proportion. What if he's been in a coma after all of these years? Hey, he could be. Could be. Gotta go. Hope you guys had a blast for the rest of the day/week. I had to go do chores. Uggs, be safe and well. Take it easy, Summer. Thanks for stopping in. Last one for the day. If you were stranded on an island and you had to pick 2 cartoon characters and 2 live-action characters, what to be stranded with? Jessica Rabbit and cartoon. I'm struggle bussing with that second pick. I know why I picked that first one. Fuck it, Daphne. We're on topic. We'll go with that. I'll be cheap. I'll be lazy. 2 live action characters. I don't know, man. The Doctor, because if you're stranded, even if the TARDIS isn't there or not working, he'd figure something out. You'd at least have something sustainable, and hell, he may even make a full working community by the time you're all done with it. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Why do you gotta do this to me? Fuck it, Scully, because I can't think of anything better at the moment. Didn't like Alien, controversial take. I'd say so. What do you think of the Wilson Fisk arc in season 1? I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. I mean, I liked pretty much everything about the first season. The anime is called My Happy Marriage. See, I think there might be some kind of obligation with hosting certain anime, because they have to do it they had to do the 3-episode release with Arcane because that was dictated by Riot. They wouldn't have it any other way. And with Dragon Ball, they have to do it weekly. And I don't know the situation with that. It could be another hosting situation, so that might be why. Because even if with their Netflix original anime, it's all at once. So I'd love to see them do more weekly shit. The way I see it is Squid Game Season 2 and 3 are part of the same season, but split up into 7-episode halves. I mean, that's the way to look at it. They're filmed back-to-back, essentially. In regards to Spider-Man, I'm just going to wait until the whole season's out, maybe see a review, and that's it. Anyway, see y'all next time, and remember to vote with your wallet. Yes. Excuse me. Agreed. I might do the same. Wanting to make the city something better than it is. Would you ever want a fantastic game, 4 games, set in the same universe as Spider-Man, PS4, PS5? Hell yeah, sure, why not? And that's why I don't use premium either. $16.99 is crazy. Hey, I get my use out of it. Plus, no ads and it pays me instead when you watch my stuff. So you're helping me too. Here I am sales pitching premium. Or at least that's what they say. I mean, I do have like, there is a section of YouTube premium users that show up in my analytics. I think Daredevil and Fisk are one of my favorite hero versus villain in the MCU. Agreed. Jessica and Purple Man was pretty good too. Yeah. So much so that they just could not follow it up. Daredevil and Spider-Man series with Charlie Cox voicing him. I do know that bits. What's up, Ginger? Welcome. All is good. All is good at the moment. Has anyone told you ever looks similar to Michael Rosenbaum? No, that would be a first, actually. I've gotten Gerard Way, and I get Paul Dano all the fucking time. I have never got a Michael Rosenbaum. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. He's a handsome dude. I've met him. He's also fun, funny, nice, good. Speaking of, Tom Welling got a DUI this week. Yay! Dude, he'd have to go above and beyond to be the most controversial person from Smallville at this point, though. Let's be honest, some fans want to hate on the new Superman movie because they want Henry back. That's true. And there's going to be a large vocal contingent of people that are going to be unhappy no matter what. No matter what at this point. But to see the new Superman movie might be sued. I hope it's fake news. I saw something about that, and I don't understand how that could even be the case. That they wouldn't have the rights to a Superman movie releasing. How would they not? Considering Man of Steel happened. I'm confused about all of that. For that Superman short scene, for me doing the only thing I didn't like was the wide-angle lens that Gunn had chosen, and just the flying. Rather if his arms were in front, but I'm still excited for it. I think the lens is the thing that makes it look so hokey, if at all anything. If there is a critique to be had about it that I have. Keep getting Liberty ads. Okay. If you could create your own Scooby gang, who would you pick? You need 2 guys, 2 girls, and an animal, and you can pick from live action cartoon. You need to chill with these questions, man. Cause this is gonna eat up my time. Mulder and Scully. Animal. I'm just gonna go with the first things that come to mind. And this is only because I watched Alex Hefner's reaction recently. Boomer, the dog from Independence Day. I need 2 more guys and a girl. The Doctor and Donna. Mulder, Scully, the Doctor, and Donna. And a fucking dog from Independence Day. One more thing before I go. The Phantom and Lady Death games are coming out this year. Maybe for all current consoles, but both of them are 2D animated side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Interesting. Have you landed on a topic for your podcast with the boys at Preview? Not yet. We have not brainstormed what that is going to look like yet. So not at the moment. Lady Death is obviously going to be a whole lot more gory than the Phantom. Saw gameplay of them and they look pretty damn good. Happy both characters are not forgotten. Are these like Marvel games? Is the Marvel characters? Are these different things? What is this? What is this? You keep mentioning these things. I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the same things that you're thinking of, and I just need to make sure. Last one for the day, but if you were stranded on an island and you had to pick a survival team, you had to pick 2. Didn't you just ask me that one? You just asked me that one. Yeah, I just answered that one. Kinda. Will Ahsoka and Luke ever meet again in canon? I mean, probably in comics or something of the sort, maybe. Who knows? Pretty strong feeling that Human Chess is going to be Gunes against Inho. Ino's gonna be force Gyun to kill his friends to win the chess game. Shit's gonna be so poetic. That'd be fucked up. Game and stuff happened while the Dead Boy Detective renewal was in the air, so a lot of people think that's what pushed it towards the no. I thought it had, I could have swore that announcement came out before any of the public allegations came out, but I don't know. I don't think that show, I mean, I don't know. Seeing the, like, the numbers and all that, I feel like it was going to die no matter what. Thought you were having a heart attack? Was it gas or anxiety? I think it was just like, I sometimes get this thing where my muscle tissue, like the lining of my muscles and stuff like that, will get inflamed, and it can feel very similar. And I've had a similar incident before, and that's what they said it was based on everything that they saw. And I think it may have been the same thing again. It's just sometimes it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because it goes from my chest down to my arm, sometimes all the way down to my hand. And I was getting like short of breath. I got clammy real quick. I was freaking out. The response I choose for spilling my drink is, "You have failed your drink." Nice. For the perfect fan casting for Alfred, the Brave of the Bold movie, Ralph Fiennes. I mean, that'd be an interesting choice. I don't know if it'd be my first pick. Used to be afraid of clowns. A parental unit thought it would be a good idea to have me watch It, the one with Tim Curry. I watched that when I was like, I think 7 or 8. I've never had like a fear of clowns. I just don't understand how they were ever like an attractive source of joy. I think they're off-putting in every sense, so I don't know. But I've never had like a fear of clowns personally. That's one, the dark water, specifically dark large bodies of water, so thalassophobia specifically. And I don't like thinking about death. I also don't like heights all that much after a point. I would join Power Ranger Samurai and fight Ninja Steel. I don't see, I don't want the Ninja Steel costumes or the Overdrive just cause. Can we name every Tuesdays going forward Fantastic Tuesdays? The tradition is that we have to watch Fantastic Four 2015 every Tuesday. Good God. I'd probably not celebrate that. What'd you think of Karen and Foggy? Love them. Great characters. I really loved all of their interactions, especially the relationship and the dynamic between Froggy and Matt, especially as things got more complicated. And the more we peeled back Karen, man, the better she got, too. Likes House of the Dragon Season 1, but however, Season 2's ending wasn't my cup of tea, since the showrunner made George mad. George wrote an unprofessional blog posting complaining about the show changes. I did see all of that. I don't want to seem like an entitled person thinking about the writers owe things to a fandom, but I do feel like they owe a conclusion to their own stories. Not just, nah, not going to finish it. Yeah. That's why I liked when, now this is a show, it's not like on the same scale in that way, but like, that's why I liked when The Midnight Club didn't get picked up for a second season and got definitively canceled at Netflix, that Mike Flanagan just released a document online with the entire outline of Season 2 and all of the questions that didn't get answered and that were still up in the air. He basically just told everybody everything that was going to happen, all the mysteries, all the reveals, all the twists and stuff and I was like, thank God, because I hate when you're into a show, it gets canceled, and then you just never know what was going to happen or where things were going to go. What's my Mount Rushmore of perfect castings? RDJ as Tony Stark, Matt Ryan as Constantine, David Duchovny as Mulder, and Gillian Anderson as Scully. Let's fuck it. I needed 2, and we'll go with it. Lock it in. I mean, nobody else can play these 2 characters, man. Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise. Afternoon, everyone. My brother died from a heart failure, so thank God you're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that. And yeah, it's just a scary thing, man. My mom's been having some heart problems. I don't think it's specifically like something that would be passed on or whatever. I think it's all a result of her radiation treatment from her cancer, which is a whole other thing that I'm always constantly worried about, is whether or not I'm going to... my brother, because like dementia runs in my family, Alzheimer's specifically, also schizophrenia, diabetes runs in my family, and I've dodged most of that, but who knows? It's too early to know about the dementia aspect, and now I know cancer's in the family, so I don't know, man. I'm just scared, and I'm always paranoid about everything, so I always try to at least double, triple, quadruple check everything as much as possible. Lily, oh, you do not have to keep doing that, though I do continue to appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sorry I missed a couple of your live streams. Had a lot of things to do, getting major surgery on Monday. I hope everything's okay. I mean, it's major surgery, so I can't imagine it's good. So I hope everything's okay. You should probably keep that money for yourself. Hope the cats, possum, and raccoons are doing well. We've seen the possum yesterday. Cats outside are doing good. Raccoons, they haven't been around as much, which is good, but that means more food goes to the cats. But thank you so much for the super chat. Again, the cats, they love it. Now, where did I leave off? And also, good luck and many blessings on your surgery. I hope everything turns out good in the end. How scary would it be if Ada could contact Alexa and make her a body? It would be the ultimate duo. I mean, that would be kind of insane. Marvel 2021, Spider-Man is now an adult, out of school. Yeah, Marvel 2025, have baby Spider-Man. Oh, I still realized I skipped a thing. By the way, Omni, I hope you're good. I'm happy you're good. I'm glad you're happy that I'm good. Do you have any upcoming cons you are attending or thinking of attending this year? The only thing I've got tickets to, already locked, loaded, hotel and flight and everything locked in, is for Level Up in Vegas in April. I might be going to GalaxyCon Richmond in March if the funds allow, because I'd like to not miss it, because I've been going the past 2 years in a row. I'd like to go again, but and then Columbus, Raleigh, those are still in the books for this month, or not this month, this year. Huntington Comic-Con locally, of course. Outside of that, I don't really have anything outside of the usual. If you had a choice, would you rather be Batman at night or and have a day job, or Daredevil during the day and have a night job? Daredevil during the day and have a night job, because night jobs are usually a little more relaxed. So questions for Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you actually think that the two died in that explosion? No, I didn't. What's up, Craig? What do you think of the Alien Earth teaser? I haven't seen it. I'm worried it's going to be another Caprica type show. I don't know what that means. I have not seen the teaser for it, though. Saw the poster, but not the teaser. Excited for Captain America this month, although I'm more interested in Thunderbolts. I'm curious. I'm looking forward to it. Either way, we'll see. I don't know which one I'm looking forward to most. Maybe Captain America. I think I'm looking forward to Captain America more if I had to pick one of the two. Hope you give Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man a go. The first 2 episodes were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Maybe one of these days. It sucks that twats try to use BDSM as an excuse when a core part of BDSM is consent. Some people just use it as an excuse on top of just your influence to just get what you want. That's all it is. Like, and then everybody else just takes the fall for the bad eggs at the end of the day, and you're always like, no, it's not. Oh my God, it's not all of us. Knew how Lost ended before I watched the entire series, and it was still sort of confusing. Did you enjoy it, at least, still, even though you knew the twist at the end? What if after Secret Wars movie and everything reboots, we see David Tennant back as Kilgrave and look comic accurate with the purple face? That would get me hyped. I'm curious what everything's going to look like after Secret Wars, to be honest, but I would love that. Any excuse to bring him back. I mean, they were kind of heading in that direction, kinda, but I don't know how that was going to work. We all know I'm going to say Sleeping Beauty, right? That was about best animation, by the way. I'm glad that you already preemptively knew to remind me of the topic. I mean, it is a staple of early animation. Beauty, the backwash panes of the backdrops and everything. Artistically, it's a beautiful, beautiful film. Plus, Maleficent. Queen. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd accept that. Not that my opinion matters, but yeah. Really, I didn't know manual blocks were a thing, and it worked like that. Yeah, you can. There's the auto checks that go by, and then it can pass that. But then the people that own the copyright for the thing can go in and just, oh, YouTube didn't flag this, I'll flag it, which is annoying as fuck. Maybe flashbacks. What's up, Michael? How are you doing? Have to go, Omni. See you next week. Take it easy. Have I ever played Undertale? No, I have not. Sorry if I stumped you with the Ranger question I asked. It's just, there's a lot to ponder there, especially when you added in they can't be from the same team, because I would have picked most of the people from a similar team, I think. Do I play MK1? I played the story mode. I streamed it. And I have the full playthrough of the story mode on the channel, but I don't currently play it. Once I finish the story mode, I have not touched the game. I mean, I'm getting stranded with the doctor and the TARDIS getting off the island. Well, that's cheating. That's why I excluded the TARDIS, but kept the doctor. Agree the little blue dress better. What are we talking about, the blue dress? Oh, we're talking. Oh, Aurora. The only thing I know about DD that I truly didn't like is how little he was actually in the costume. And that's just my preference. Honestly, that didn't bother me, which is why I like the recent statements from the current showrunner. I know it's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I loved the moody contemplativeness of everything, and it did happen a lot. And I get the desire to, like, not repeat a lot of that, and now that they have a budget that they can focus on doing more Daredevil stuff. But I know the way that they mentioned it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Let's see. Hell yeah, Blue Dress Society. Are we not helping more by watching ads? Honestly, I don't know which actually benefits me more. Is the premium or actually sitting through the ads? I don't really know. I don't know what the translation is from 1 to 1. I haven't really dove into that aspect of it. People complaining about a movie before it comes out? No, I'm shocked. Does Stitch count as an animal? Are aliens animals? Technically, we're animals. So then I could have just picked another human. Creators of Superman fought their entire lives to get the residuals they deserve for Superman, so much that there's probably books of legal sheets about their deal with DC that estates found a loophole and are trying to get more money out of it. Yeah, I'm curious about all of that. I would kill for a live action Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love that dog. I feel like that would be really weird. What's up, Vernon? Just watch your reaction to When Harry Met Sally. Are you doing any more movie reactions?
I do at least one a month that everybody on the Patreon and the YouTube members all vote on. And the winner for the one that is going to be coming up is The Substance, which I missed last year while it was in theaters and stuff. So that'll be the next movie reaction that we're doing, that I at least have planned at the moment. I've decided when you're going to start streaming games again. I don't know if my connection is consistent enough to tolerate more than a talking head stream at the moment. It's so inconsistent. So I don't know. I said I was going to play, at least pre-record Final Fantasy VII this month, and this month. January is now over, and I haven't played a second of the game. So that fell through. There's more that's come out since DVD came out, though. Oh yeah, there's definitely been more since then. Never forget, Dumbledore is confirmed gay and had a very deep, very easy to edit out for China. Love for Grindelwald. So true. You are not wrong there, man. That's all my theories because I realized how ass they all were. Don't want to look like I'm crazy. No, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. Nothing wrong. What's up, Bug? How are you? Before I leave, I wanted to throw out a quick recommendation for anyone who appreciates metal music. The new music video from Electric Callboy, Elevator Operator, is awesome. Never heard of them. If I have time, maybe I'll give it a check. Give it a look. Give it a listen. I finished all of Doom Patrol. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's definitely a show that I feel like stands on its own in a lot of ways. That's another thing that killed my interest in the Dead Boy Detectives thing, is when it was originally a spin-off of Doom Patrol. The pilot episode is in Doom Patrol. And they were going to spin it off, but because of the shakeup at DC, they ended up rebranding it, reworking it, recasting the characters, and then shipping it off to Netflix. And I was like, I don't know, man. Then they tried to attach it to the Sandman stuff, and, well, that worked out. Odd enough, watching it as a kid made me afraid of sewers, not clowns. Hey, it makes sense to me. Not a fan of heights since we have to watch The Fall 2022. Or Fall 2022. I mean, I watched The Fall Guy, but not Fall. Can you do a gaming channel, please? All my gaming stuff is here. I do have gaming stuff, but it's on this channel. I don't have a separate channel for it all. It wouldn't help me to make another channel. I can barely keep up with everything else. At least all of your phobias make sense. No idea why I'm petrified of the front of ships and scared of whales. Front of ships? What is... Yeah, I don't... What, like, just the front of a boat? The front of a boat. Or do you mean like the ones that have like ornate, like, what do you call those? Those little like front header things. Or I'm honestly kind of confused about that one. Whales I kind of get because, like, hell, when I was watching Castaway, I had a full-on panic attack in class because we were watching Castaway in home ec one day, and the scene where he's out in the ocean on the raft and then the whales come up, dude, I had to close my eyes, put my head down because that fucking freaked me out. Sometimes I can be fine watching a thing like that, but then once I start to immerse and put myself in that position, that ability to dissociate fails. Yeah. I'm now focusing on getting ready for Daredevil. Finished Daredevil season 1 and 2. I'm now started Punisher. Hell yeah. Get ready for peak. Same love and caring and Foggy. To be fair, it's not always down to the person creating the show deciding not to finish it. We want to see more. Oh yeah, no, you're 100% right. Oh, sorry, that's the full one. No, ending, we're seeing more and more of the streaming platforms are just canceling shows without them concluding. For true. In terms of GRR, he needs to sit down and write those books. It's downright disrespectful to even claim you won't write them, not because you actually can't, because he chooses not to write them. He's always taking on a new fucking side project, too. I get that writer's block is a thing and stuff, but like, fucking finish the thing you are known for, man, my guy. And he's off here bitching about the way people are working about this other stuff. Well, give us something to finish your shit. Oh my God. He announces a new project like every 2 months, and I'm just like, finish the fucking book. Dude, nothing slays me more than when he had that sit down author on author like talk with Stephen King, and he was like, how do you write so many books all the time? You're like writing multiple books a year. And Stephen King just says, I just write. God, it fucking just do it. Lock yourself in a room and just do it. Just finish the book. Anyway, have you heard about season 2 of Has Been Hotel might come out soon? I don't know how soon. The people that worked on the show, last I talked to them, which was like a few weeks, that was like, what, 2-3 months ago, said that they still had about a year of post-production to work on it. So, who knows? What's up, Nina? Welcome back. I've got a degenerative disease in the nerves in the family, so I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, my brother got the diabetes, so I don't know how I did, to be fair, with consider my diet. I've dodged that bullet. My brother didn't. So I'm over here freaking out about, am I going to get the cancer? Am I going to get the schizophrenia? Am I going to get the Alzheimer? Which is it? What am I going to get? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be completely lucky to dodge it all. Who knows? Maybe he was the bullet sponge for all of that, and I'll be fine. That feels awful to say. Fuck. But it's kind of funny. What's it like seeing raccoons in real life? I never have. Well, they're cute as fuck, but they keep stealing the food we put out for the local cats. So, and also they shit all over my deck. So they're a little bit of an annoyance. They tear up my trash. They get it everywhere. They're just a bunch of little assholes. They're cute, but they're assholes. They're also assholes to their own, because it's all like one little one that was just frequently getting bullied by the others. Anyway, Batman makes you Bruce Wayne and rich. That is also true. Matt is very, very poor. Have you heard that season 2 of Has Been coming out soon? I think I read another retracted one, but we already covered that. Have a huge phobia for spiders. That's a common one. Caprica was a Galactica spinoff. Everyone wanted Cylons, but they focused on something else. Okay, so a reference that I continue to not really understand. Who you got for the Rumble? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. There are so many stories and plots twists in Lost. That's good. At least I guess it keeps it going all the same. All right, gotta go make some chocolate chip cookies. Perfect for rainy weather here in California. Take care of yourself. Your health comes first. Thank you so much, Nikki, and enjoy, I guess, the rain while you have it, and the chocolate chip cookies. CM Punk and Charlotte Flair. Okay. Sleepy Beauty is one of my favorites, as you can tell from my profile pic. Maleficent is my favorite Disney villain, and I think it all comes down to, because she was the primary villain, secondary primary villain, until in Kingdom Hearts, and remains a core component of Kingdom Hearts to this day. Modern ships. I have to watch Titanic behind a cushion. I guess I just don't understand, and that's fine. I don't need to. Can you please watch Bluey, please? I don't know if you'd get the same, like, kick out of me watching it versus, like, previewed watching it. It makes sense. Jay's a dad. I've seen some stuff, some clips. It's funny. I don't know. I don't know. Never say never, but I just feel like maybe I'm not the guy. Yeah, Barry's made me watch a bunch of clips and stuff like that, but I've never seen like a full episode. Randy and Charlotte? I don't know what you all are talking about here. There are many plots and twists in meeting the characters that I do not think knowing the ending really impacts their trying to survive and get off the island. The ending is just another development. Fair enough. Fair enough. They're talking wrestling. Okay. I don't give a shit about any of that. I have not since I was 8, and that was almost 30 years ago at this point. Opinion. If it gets blocked again, would you re-edit it again or appeal it? That's a thing, right? I would typically appeal it if I am confident in my editing. I don't let any piece of clip, I don't let any piece of footage last more than 10 seconds without some cut. Either hiding it or just jumping ahead. And then I try to stick to like a 25% of the total runtime as my rule of thumb. If I'm confident, if I'm sticking to those rules and I'm contributing a lot to the conversation, I'll appeal it. And 9 times out of 10, they'll let it go. Squid Game is Netflix, but it's also foreign media, so it can be a little tricky, because if you're doing like something straight foreign, like a Train to Busan, a Godzilla movie, anime, it can be it's all up to them. Like there's no fair use laws that could protect you. Since Netflix is distributing Squid Game, you should probably have a chance being just fine, getting a pass, but if you're confident in the edit, you can always try to appeal it. Problem is, if you appeal it and you're currently sitting with a block, they can slap you with a strike. They could not, but they could. The Phantom actually predates Batman and is from the pulp era of comic books. As far as Lady Death, she has been a thing since I believe the 90s and was created by the guy who made Preacher. But are we talking about the Marvel Lady Death, or are we talking about somebody else? Now that you mentioned the Phantom, I know what you're talking about, I think. I'm just confused. I would love Undertale if you played it. The humor aged great. It's definitely your cup of tea, and the story is fantastic. You should seriously consider playing it one day. Is that the game with Stans, the skull dude, and that boss fight that's insane? And that crazy music everybody loves? Yeah. I played, because they have, a Flash version of just that boss fight, and I've tried just that boss fight, and I'm like, I can't do this. Fuck this. I don't know if that's optional or if you have to do that, but that was impossible for me. Lady Death also got an animated movie, and The Phantom got a live-action movie in the 90s starring Billy Zane. Okay, I've seen, well, I don't know if I've seen the Billy Zane Phantom movie, but I know of it. Jade returning would be cool. Super excited for Wednesday Series 2 this year. What do you hope to see the most? I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of expectations. I'm super excited for it, but I don't have a lot of oh, I hope I see more of this or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have anything. Oh, nice. The Substance 1. Your reaction would be very interesting to see. I know very little about the movie. I have seen one shot of a thing. I do not know the context, though. So we'll see how that goes. Scared of Whales. Pinocchio? That you? Dude, specifically that, yes. The monster scene in Pinocchio fucked me up as a kid. To be fair, I think a majority of my thalassophobia came from Jaws, which I love as a movie. And I watched it every time it was on as a kid. But I think it ruined my appreciation of the ocean. I love to look at it. I don't want to be near it. The metal ones. So you can't watch Pirates. Weirdo is the word you're looking for. Rude Omni. Lady. Typo. Haha. I've ever watched Free Willy. I have. Many times. as well as its sequel. The Michael Jackson song with that movie is just chef's kiss. There's a post about George R. R. Martin that has been floating around on Facebook, and I think it's a joke post, but I'm sure he said at some point he's just burned out with writing Game of Thrones books. Finish it. I can watch pirates. For some reason, old boats don't trigger, but it's the modern ships that give me full fear. I'll see myself to the asylum now. Okay. Hey, some fear's not always rational, and that is definitely an irrational ass fear right there. I would like to take back my annoyance about people being excited about Daredevil since rewatching it. I get it. I take it back. Yes, we won. Russian roulette of health issues. That's true. Hopefully I get the empty chamber one of these by the end of it all. Could you post a reaction link on Blue Sky like you do for the other socials? Second question, by the way. How are you enjoying the app so far? It's a little less wieldy. Obviously, it's still new. It's still getting its legs. It's still getting its community. It's just, I don't know. It's not as accommodating still, but it's fine. It gets the job done. I got leukemia, and I'm hoping to get none of it. But with my nerve disease, I either have it or I don't, and everyone in my family so far has had it. Oof. Can you, like, get pre-tested for that, or you just have to wait for it to show up? I love that Amir Talai is playing a character called Alistair in the Wizards of Waverly Place spin-off show. I did hear about that. I thought it was a joke at first. I've made him watch some stuff. I like Bluey. You do indeed. But Adam isn't a dad and seems to enjoy it, but sometimes Jay just drags him along for some stuff, and I haven't watched their Bluey reactions, so I don't know. That's part of the dynamic, right? One that is, one that isn't, so I don't know. I just didn't know how much it'd be for me. I do enjoy the clips that I have seen. It looks cute as all hell. Lady Death from Dark Horse Comics. Then I'm not aware of that version of this character. It depends on the route you take if you're talking about the Sands fight. Okay, so that's an optional fight then. Because if we had to do it, I've tried a bunch of times on that Flash thing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even get through the first phase, I don't think. Have you ever watched the Castlevania Nocturne series? I think I get this question like once a week at this point. I have not. However, the creator of that series is making a series that I will be watching day one, and that is Devil May Cry. I cannot wait for that anime to come out. It's from the same creator, same animation studio, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. I just reread the manga that part of the first season is going to be based on, and I'm ready, man. I'm so excited. Devil May Cry is my shit. Going as blind as possible for the substance. I will do my best. If he's burned out, then write one more and finish it. Yeah, just be done with it. And then never touch it again. Like the Squid Game guy. After this, he's like, I'm so sick of Squid Game. I don't ever want to do anything with this again. Just finish it. At least you finished it. My whale fear definitely came in from life-size model of a blue whale at the Natural History Museum. That thing big. Oh, that thing is big. I left out the is. No, yeah. That's another thing about the thalassophobia that really gets me is that, like, when you're in dark water, especially large bodies, you have no idea what's around you, and there's the fact that something that astronomically larger than you could just be right beside you, and you don't even know, is fucking terrifying to me. Hate it. Maybe in a previous life, she was killed by a boat and kept that residual fear. Aw. Also been a year since I started watching you. All began with me trying to watch Has-Been for free. I'm so thankful that I stuck to watch your hell of a reactions and got attached after that. Well, thank you for sticking around and for not being one of those little plebos that just bitched and well, maybe you did. Maybe you did bitch and complain about me editing the shit out of those episodes. But I'm glad you're still here through it all. Sort of Stupid started making a webtoon a few months ago, and they are working with an animated pilot for it, which is exciting. I saw them announce that. I saw them talking about that. I'm very curious about all of that. Blue Sky is way more positive than Twitter, so that is definitely one of the major pluses for sure, because it's like, I swear, so much of Twitter is just feeding nothing but negative shit. I can't. It sucks, and I just, ugh. Like the WB writers did. No depth perception. Yes. Would you ever watch 47 Meters Down to challenge yourself? Oh yeah, I could watch that just fine. I can watch a thing a lot better than I used to be able to. Sometimes every now and then maybe I'll hit like a chill. Like I've watched that. Underwater I watched just fine. Hell, I can get through the Jaws films just fine. I think they're just good films. Wow, the first two. The first one. Yeah, I think there's an argument for the second movie. But 3 and 4. But yeah, I can watch them just fine. It's just sometimes there's just a thought that happens, and especially when, for whatever, because like when I watch stuff, when I'm playing games and stuff like that, I put myself there when I really get sucked into a thing. Or maybe I'll just imagine a scenario and that'll hit me. As long as I'm not like projecting, usually I can avoid the feeling a lot of the time these days. I was still in high school when that happened, but I'm kind of fine with it. Like, if I'm driving past like a high tide, that can flip me off. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Or if I'm driving over a bridge that goes over a large body of water, I will freak the fuck out and just be like, get to the other side, get to the other side. Like, I'll have some moments, but I have a lot of it kind of controlled here and there. What was it like when you met John Bernthal? Is he nice? He is really sweet. He is really sweet. And he seems like, out of anybody, like, he just seems like just a dude. He just, like, it's like, as far as like an actor goes, like, he doesn't know how to carry himself in certain situations. When he's on stage and he gets called out for some, like, he just fumbles and stumbles over his word. He seems like just a guy. And when I talked to him, like, it was still pretty brief comparatively, but he seems like a really down-to-earth, chill dude. And he was really, really nice. He sometimes plays very intense characters. He's an amazing Punisher. He is adorably dorky in his own kind of way as well. Saw someone afraid of heights react to fall, and he threw up while filming. Oh God. I don't know if I would have that big of a problem. Like, I've gotten chills, I've gotten shivers from like putting myself there. I know it's happened a time or two in a reaction with water and stuff like that. I've had that happen, but not to the degree where I've had like a physical, well, no, those were physical reactions, but like I've never thrown up from a thing like that. Imagination. Frank is so charming when he's with Karen. True. VR goggles. Nope. I kind of ship them. Understandable. You're not alone in that. He's a cutie. He is a cutie. And with that, we're caught up. We're caught up on the chat, guys. We're all caught up. I'm going to call it. Again, because I don't know how much I can push my luck. You know, every time I'm on call, it's always a roll of the dice. Sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes something comes up. I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten today, so that's going to be my next mission, is to get some food. So thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for all the well wishes and concern. Everything seems to be perfectly fine after the little scare Thursday, so don't worry about that. But everybody have a good rest of your week. Everybody have a good weekend, week, all that jazz, and we'll touch base again next weekend. But in the meantime, take it easy.